goes down my leg. Oh yes, the piss is down my leg. The piss is down my leg. I felt the piss go down my leg. Let's all have a fag. Oh yes, so let's all have a fag. Get in my pack of fags. Oh yes, we're getting my pack of fags. Getting an ashy tray. Oh yes, we're getting the ashy tray. Oh yes, I thank you for that pass. LJVD. Oh, I wanna know, would you be Bane? How's it going, buddy? Probably wasn't gonna go live, but who fucking decides to do a debate with Destiny? Oh, little Jesse, boys. We'll listen along to it. Never thought I'd see the day Jesse on Grindr would. Oh no, dude, what is this life? What is this fucking life, man? What? Where are we? Sig one, yeah, I'm back to top one. Where are, like...
It's crazy. It's almost as crazy as Old Ranch, I can't remember.
It's almost a crazy example of something, isn't it, right?
Didn't Red Bar do something about someone so, like, niche?
Me?
Yeah?
Me?
You?
I was niche.
And then there's been other times where things have gone together.
Oh, it's like two worlds colliding.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah, there is, man. Put it on live, hurry. Oh, I'm behind, mate, I'm behind. I want to watch it. Alright, I'm going live. You forced me to.
Ryder was sentenced to 41 months in prison. I don't know what you mean about that out.
What?
I think that's yours.
Okay. Jiggy, I want to watch it from the start. Should we watch it from the start, Jiggy, or should we watch it now? We're going to watch from now. We're going to watch from now. I'm not catching up.
Just be let out of jail a week later.
Because I'll get spoilers. Oh.
No. Okay. No, the Shaman got released. And
Okay, I haven't
anyway, it
listened
doesn't
to it
matter.
yet.
January 6th is a single incident, and my contention is that it's not. Trump certainly did not have any intention of leading some kind of riot insurrection into the Capitol. Like, if someone goes to the Capitol building and they attack police, they should go to fucking jail. We agree on that. But you're connecting this, assuming that the Proud Boys did go in first. That is not on Trump as an insurrectionist, because he was leading a protest that he never gave even a word of instruction that sounded like, hey guys, let's get in there and go fuck shit up. Let's take this place over. It's like...
Nah, JVD seems to be letting him talk. It seems pretty cordial.
No, that's what Trump said for basically his entire speech. That's almost exactly what he said, yeah.
Then why didn't he get charged? Because you know they would have charged him.
What is having to get charged? That doesn't influence whether or not he said these things during the during his speech at the Ellipse.
So you think that the Attorney General or whoever would have been responsible for prosecuting Trump at the end of the January 6th hearings, you think they'd just let him off the hook if he said something that equated to...
It's not about letting somebody off the hook. Taking somebody to court and trying to charge them with a crime relating to inciting a riot, that's a really, really, really high standard, right? You're talking about the Brandenburg test here for a standard of whether or not you can criminally charge somebody. But whether or not somebody can be criminally charged because you don't know if you would convict in front of a jury beyond a reasonable doubt doesn't mean a person didn't do a thing.
I didn't say did. Well, I don't think
you did. You just presented that as evidence. You were like, well, why didn't they charge him with a crime? Like, Donald Trump has used so much rhetoric that was very obviously leading. I mean,
it's difficult. I want to pause it so I can catch up with chat. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to deal with this.
I think we're probably going to pause it to talk about some parts as well. So
yeah. All right. Lord Guru, welcome. Jiggy's here, safe. Tarzan Strickland, the Destiny guy strikes me as a woke tard. Yeah. He kind of is, but he's really good at debating, and he's clever. So he is an interesting person to listen to, in my opinion. He's literally, actually, yeah. Chrissy J, welcome, mate. Can't be asked to watch Destiny. It's going to just speak up for 2 hours. It's literally Aspel versus Steve for internet politics. Yeah. We're watching Sven Svensson. Jesse on Fire is doing a debate with a guy called Destiny, who's like a debate streamer, but he's a fucking Roman as well at the same time. Play, sorry. Don't like it either. The dude sounds worky. It's not going to last very long. Welcome, my grand. Ignore chat. Yes, I thought. Let me just play it. All right. We'll just play
said
it.
the people.
I've had 1 hour sleep. I'm fucking knackered. I weren't even gonna go live. So after the debate, we'll have a chat. All right. But
Speech
enjoy.
to the Capitol building, and then the rioting continued and people broke in. Like, that's exactly what happened. Did this all just happen on mistake, by accident? Like, it just happened to be that people broke into the building and the certification got delayed?
Peacefully walked down to the Capitol. He never gave any instruction to go
He said
through
that
areas.
one time, like 20 minutes into an hour-long speech. The rest of it
Where
was...
in the speech did he give instruction that said, let's go attack police officers and break into the Capitol?
He didn't say, let's go attack police officers and break into the Capitol, but he used speech saying that you have to get tougher, that if you have to fight, you're going to lose your country. That it's a corrupt election that was stolen, and that we can't allow these people, quote, if we allow this group of people to illegally take over our country, because it's illegal, when the votes are illegal, when they get the way they, when the way they got there is illegal, when the states that vote are given false and fraudulent information, like all of these things are about how the election has been stolen, they're stealing our country from us, that we have to fight like hell or we're going to lose something.
If I took the text of that speech and put it in Google, I bet you I could find identical verbiage out of the Democrats about the 2016 election 550,000 times. That is exactly what they said about 2016, and everybody acts like questioning election results is this brand new thing. I'm like, I remember when Gore and Bush did this thing, the hanging chat and all that. Like, it's not.
Okay, I don't know where you want to go.
results.
Yeah, you live in it's like talking to my mom. You live in a fantasy world. You live in a
This
fantasy
is
world.
actually like talking to people in my family too.
That's okay. Yeah, you live in a fantasy world. Nothing that you're saying is true. Donald Trump gave a speech for an hour plus. He wanted there to be violence at the Capitol. That would
Yeah, Jesse's doing all right.
conversations that he had with private counsel beforehand, and we know because he sat and he watched the Capitol be rioted at for 3 hours, and he did nothing about it. People were outside chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." He was evacuated.
Well, this is light level for Destiny.
Where Trump didn't even call he didn't even call him to check on him.
Bummed
Okay, and
outside
as he's
Saturday.
down in his bunker, he's looking at his phone
Fucking
where Donald
bummed
Trump is tweeting, "Mike Pence has failed us." Okay, he didn't do what needs to be done. Like, the idea that this all just happened by accident and the Democrats have done the same thing. No, they haven't. The Democrats have never led a mass protest insurrection at the Capitol building to circumvent the certification of the vote. That's never happened ever. And the idea you're going to string together some series of quotes from people and pretend that this is the same thing as Donald Trump giving an hour-and-a-half speech about how every single swing state election was stolen, you will never find anything that is the equivalent of that. Even bringing up Gore v. Bush is a joke, because despite the unpopularity of that Supreme Court case, they accepted the results of the election, just like how Hillary conceded the very night of the election to Donald Trump, as opposed to Donald Trump, who tried to win, who tried to claim victory the night of before the votes had even been counted. It's not even close to the same thing. On every single factual level, you're completely delusional and off on the opposite on the end here.
I'll pose a counter vision of what happened on January 6th. So
Are you fucking gay, dude? MMA Musical DM'd me and said you were fucking gay, dude.
and not leave.
I did.
do all the
I
things.
did.
I can't.
He messaged me
talk
today,
about
he was
shot
like,
ever again. But
Is the dick sucking thing real?
and
I was like,
simultaneously,
yeah.
we're turning on their television and watching BLM rioters burn the cities down every single day. That was going on the entire year of 2020. That's all people saw. They looked, they're burning down the cities, burning down the cities, burning down the cities, burning down the cities. And so in an election where they literally changed the fucking rules for the election, because, everybody's locked down, so now we got to do the mail-in voting, which, may or may not be more secure, regardless of whether or not the election results were legit. I have no ability to verify or not verify.
Bunch pop safe.
But to act as if
I'll reach out after
it's
this.
a bizarre conclusion to come to in a completely changed environment where we're gonna make this less secure, we're doing this, it's because of the
Jesse is the king of rambling. I completely forgot.
election and Trump's up by a mile. Then the next morning they're all, hey guys, now we counted all the mail-in voting and look at this, dude, now Trump's losing. Whether or not it's legit or not legit, to act as if it's a bizarre
so then you
conclusion
just
for them
sure.
to have. So then,
Okay, so then just can I
You find
understand
the
that? So
point
you
across.
think
Jesse,
that all
you
the
have
state
concluded,
election
man, come
committees
on.
were rigged? All the state courts
That's not
were
what I
rigged?
said.
Wait.
I literally said
How
I
do
have
you-
no idea.
Hold on. When you say you have no idea, that's what you're saying. Because you don't trust the states. You don't trust the state governors. Okay? You don't trust
so
their...
crazy.
Hold on. Stop pivoting. I'm just asking you very clearly and very concisely.
Jesse,
You
you're
think that
interrupting me.
every single state involved, we'll say at least the 7 swing states or whatever, all of these states lied, all of their courts lied, all of the federal courts that had to review them lied, and then the DOJ and the FBI, who are all, by the way, under Trump, all of these people lied as well. Every single person.
Is that what I said?
How can you not trust the outcome if you don't think that all these people lied? Because every single state and all of their state courts And then federal courts all reviewed a lot of this material.
I very clearly said that I have no ability to personally verify whether or not the votes are legit or not. What I'm talking about is the people marching on the Capitol, and then ultimately there being violence at the Capitol.
Hold on. Do you think that the results
people,
do you think
like, you ever see the movies like where they put people into a movie theater and then they put the glasses on and they feed them like, you know, they feed them like.
I want Jesse to do an act out. He has to do at least one act out.
It's called Fox
if you
News.
put people
Yes.
in their home, if you put people in their home and show them nothing but people being angry and rioting downtown, this city, that city, and then they feel as though the election was stolen, and then now they march the Capitol, and then you have a handful of people that help with a little bit of incitement, and then they're going to explode. That's not Trump that did that. Like
Trump was literally inciting them the entire time. He called the people there. He did. Why did he call them there to protest? What are they protesting on January 6th?
Why does anybody protest anything?
No, hold on. Wait, does everybody protest randomly? What were they protesting on January 6th?
They were protesting that they were going to certify the election results where
Correct.
they.
And what was their goal? To stop the steal. What does that mean?
Okay. What they were protesting is the interpretation from them. I'm not there. I wasn't at January 6th, but they're interpreting it as this has not been convincing that this was actually investigated and that he did not have the election stolen.
Correct.
So
you're right. So they didn't believe the results of the election. So they went to protest on January 6th to change the results of the election.
Not to change the results of the election. They're protesting the
certification of the vote.
People protest.
That's an insurrection.
It's not.
It is. You're saying they don't agree with the results of the election because they think it was rigged, and they're going to go and protest it to quote unquote stop the steal.
Right. And so you're saying that this was a coordinated plan.
No one said anything about, well, it was coordinated because Donald Trump, they didn't go on January 5th, right? They didn't go on January 7th, right? They went there on January 6th to protest what you said.
People to protest, not to violently
insurrect
the government with no guns.
Well, he knew they had guns when he sent them to the Capitol because the vast majority of the people who showed up at the ellipse were outside of the secured area. The Secret Service told him there were people there with guns. That's one of the reasons why he wasn't allowed to go to the Capitol afterwards, even though he wanted to. And then he sent them to the Capitol to go and protest. What were they protesting? The certification of the vote. And what happens when they went there? They managed to delay the certification of the vote. What did Donald Trump do? He was calling senators saying, hey, maybe we should wait a little while longer to certify the vote. Everything plays into this one narrative of trying to stop the certification of the vote, stop the steal. That's what it was. It's like so obvious. Like every single part plays into this.
It's such a crazy interpretation.
Literally everything from the beginning. Hey guys, we're gonna stop the steal. Everybody shows up on the ellipse at January 6th. Hey guys, just so you know, the election was stolen. You need to fight like hell. You're gonna lose your country. This election was illegitimate. We need to hashtag stop the steal. People march to the Capitol. They protest and they riot and they have to stop the certification of the vote, which was the steal. And you're like, and then Donald Trump is sitting in his office for 187 minutes for 3 hours, not calling the National Guard or doing anything, watching them stop the steal. And you're like, bro, how could you possibly have this interpretation of events? What?
Because you're making one gigantic leap that's not even defensible in any kind of reasonable way.
What's the leap?
You're saying, like, all the way up to, yes, they are there to protest. They're there because of this. Then you leap to Donald Trump organized them with the intention of them rioting. That's just not accurate. And then there's not even like a line of dialogue that you could say that would even moderately hold up. The January 6th committee, literally, they went through every single thing. They tried everything they could to nail him to the wall, and even they couldn't come up with anything realistic about him inciting violence.
You can literally go through all of Trump's tweets before the day of. On January 5th, he tweets, I hope the Democrats, and even more importantly, the weak and ineffective rhino section of the Republican Party are looking at the thousands of people pouring into D.C.
Full sit from Jesse there.
Election.
-1 point.
Stolen. What does that mean?
Right. He's saying that there's a lot of support for
and for me
more investigation into whether or not he actually lost the election.
On January 6th, the rioters are there to investigate?
He didn't say rioters. The protesters are there because they're unhappy that the election is being certified when they feel that the election was stolen.
Correct. They're there to stop the certification of the election.
People coming into D.C., this is a representation of a very large percentage of the population who agree with them. You guys should pay attention because, But like none of that. has anything to
January
do with
4th, Donald Trump
violence.
tweets out, "How can you certify an election when the numbers being certified are verifiably wrong? You will see the real numbers tonight during my speech, but especially on January 6th. Hashtag March for Trump, hashtag Stop the Steal, hashtag Do Not Certify."
What about that sounds like, hey guys, let's go incite violence and raid the Capitol?
How can
Which
you
part?
stop the certification of the vote? How did they stop the certification? They did it by rioting and breaking into the Capitol, right?
Right, but so your contention is that because Trump said stop the certification, that means that he's like dog whistling to the group to go and invade the Capitol? It's a ludicrous conclusion.
That's
It's not-
exactly
it's
what they
indefensible.
did. They literally did this, and he literally sat by and watched it.
But you're saying that he told them to do it or incited it directly.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what he
saying they
wants.
didn't do it.
Yes, of course. He literally wants it to happen. If he didn't want it to happen, why is it that as soon as Trump saw this happening, why wouldn't he have made a call for people to go home? Or why wouldn't he have deployed the National
He
Guard?
did.
No, he didn't. It took him 3 hours.
I don't know the exact timeline.
I
know
do. It was
he tweeted out,
187
"Guys,
minutes."
You need to go home peacefully.
Yeah, yes, after 3 hours of his entire family and everybody else in the Republican establishment and the Fox in the right-wing media establishment begging him, please, and his son even sending him, please send these people home.
Nonetheless, the argument that he incited them and told them to go in any way, verbally or non-verbally, is just not there.
January
They would've
2nd, he
charged.
tweets out, "An attempt to steal a landslide election win. Can't let it happen." How do you stop them from stealing?
How is that telling people to go violently raid the Capitol?
On January 1st, retweeting, "The cavalry is coming, Mr. President. Hashtag March for Trump. Hashtag Stop the Steal." The slogan is "Be there, will be wild." January 6th. What are they doing?
He's promoting a protest.
For the certification of the vote.
Right.
January 1st,
We
the big
agree on
protest rally in Washington, D.C. will take place at 11 a.m. on January 6th. Location details to follow. Stop the steal. How are they going to stop this? How do you stop the certification of the vote? How do you do that? You think just protesting outside, they're just going to stop certifying it?
What, okay, like, do you think that, well, I guess in this case, bad example, but I would have said, do you think that just because people are upset about, some incidents with police, that if they say defund the police, that they were actually expecting for the cities to defund the police? I'm saying, like, people protest things they're unhappy about.
Wait, hold on. Yes, there were people that protested to defund the police, and they want them to defund the police. Yeah, it was stupid, but yeah, there were people that. You think the people that wanted them to protest to defund the police? You don't think those people actually wanted the police defunded?
No, what I'm saying is you're attributing a methodology and an action plan for stop the steal or stop certification, which includes violence. It's not there. It's just not there.
But it literally is. Donald
It's
Trump
not.
had fake elector slates made. He was trying to pressure Pence to accept these fake electors from these states, and violence was part of the way to pressure people in Congress to not certify the vote or to pressure Pence
Do you think, this is a little bit off topic, do you think that Donald Trump, like, in your opinion, I'm not talking about the actual vote counting, any of that, do you think that Donald Trump really believed that the election was stolen?
Absolutely
or that
not. He was lying
So
the
you
whole
think
time.
the whole thing he's lying?
Absolutely, obviously. So
Yeah,
obvious.
I completely disagree.
Of course you do. But every
I know.
single person around him that's credible, the entirety of all of his White House legal counsel, Vice President's legal counsel, his Department of Justice, everybody was telling him, these are bullshit claims. None of this is real. We cannot find evidence of any of these things. And Donald Trump went outside the White House to find a cackle pot of crazy lawyers like Powell and Giuliani and Eastman to feed him these crazy conspiracies to try to make
Giuliani's
him...
a cacklepot lawyer as a
Tacklepots, there we go.
Right.
I like that bit.
Everything that I've seen, he might have been in New York. I don't know. I haven't gone over his cases for that. But watching Giuliani's conduct during this stuff, yeah, he was an insane, crazy person, of course.
See, this is what I was talking about. If our base assumptions about what a person's motivations are in opposite ends, that's what I'm saying. It's pointless to even discuss the facts because, like,
No, it's not about. No,
believe-
you don't have any of the facts. That's the issue. You have a feeling that you've come that this can't possibly be true. I've gone through all of these facts. We can go through
the main
Giuliani's
one-
behavior in any of these cases. We can go through any of the facts he's presented, but you don't want to. You don't have any of those in your head. You just have an impression that Trump has given you, and because Trump has
That's-
given you this impression, you're like, well, it can't possibly be the case that these guys are crazy.
We are trying to drill into a single fact that you are attributing as truth, and that is that Trump incited violence. And you've gone through
Yes,
all of these
I
things,
did.
and as a fact, he 100% did not incite violence, and we've seen that over the last 10 minutes. There's nothing there.
Donald Trump wanted to stop the certification of the vote. Do you agree with
Agreed.
that? Okay. He invited tens of thousands of people to the Capitol on the
I bet
6th.
he wished it was a million.
Sure, on the 6th. Do we agree with that?
Sure.
He said statements like, "You need to fight like hell, or you're going to lose your country." Do we agree with that?
Like every single politician has said during a campaign.
That's fine. That's great. That's great. Do you agree with that? That he said that? You agree that he watched the Capitol being broken?
Brian Fostering, it's on Destiny's channel. Destiny.
Think about it. Do you agree with that?
I have no idea what he was doing. I know that he tweeted out that they need to peacefully leave.
Okay, so you've conveniently, the only part you don't know is the timeline where he sits for 3 hours in his room doing nothing to stop the violence. You're only aware of the final tweet that he made at the end of the day.
Sit down for safe.
It was 4:17 p.m. is when he finally told people to go home.
I don't know what time the riot happened. I don't know any of that. All I know is
Don't you think that's important?
He never
let's say
incited
this.
violence.
What if it was 3 hours? What if he did sit in a room watching TV for 3 hours and didn't do anything while he watched the Capitol being broken into? Would that be evidence of the intent of him wanting violence there if he didn't do anything to stop it?
No.
Okay, what would you need to see to think that he wanted violence to be there? Besides a direct confession, or is that literally the only thing that would satisfy you? What would you need to see to think
Anything
like,
that
oh,
even could be moderately interpreted as him trying to incite violence is not there.
okay, what about
It's not-
Giuliani? What about at the ellipse beforehand? Well, first we're way past that, but at the ellipse
love
beforehand,
Jesse
Rudy
James
Giuliani literally says, "Let's
on
have
the low
trial by
end
combat. The election was stolen. We're gonna fight to the very end to make sure this doesn't happen." Right before Trump comes on.
Trial by I don't, what the fuck does that even mean? Trial by combat is generally talking about one guy versus one guy and they fight to the death in like Game of Thrones. I have no idea what the fuck that even means.
So unless Donald Trump says, "I want you to go to the Capitol and violently break into the building," then nothing else counts as.
I mean, he doesn't need to necessarily say it like that, but he has to he has to say something that can be interpreted reasonably that his intention was for them to be violent. There is no upside in him getting
Quote, "We have overwhelming pride in this great country, and we have it deep in our souls. Together, we are determined to defend and preserve the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But I said something's wrong here. Something's really wrong. Can have happened, and we fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. So we're going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. I love Pennsylvania Avenue. We're going to the Capitol, and we're going to try and give." The Democrats are hopeless. They never vote for anything, not even one vote. But we're going to try and give our Republicans, the weak ones, because the strong ones don't need any of our help. We're going to try and give them kind of pride and loudness they need to take back our country. So let's walk down Pennsylvania Avenue.
That's like actually crystal clear that what his intention was for them to march down there and be loud. And he's saying, give the Republicans that actually is the exact opposite of inciting violence, because that does state his intention, and that was for them to march down to the Capitol and let their voices be heard, not break in and go fucking, zip tie people or whatever this ridiculous narrative was. Now you said that they knew that they had guns. How, what number are we talking? Are we talking like 2 people that had a concealed carry permit? Because you definitely can't carry guns in Washington.
Thousands and thousands of people.
Thousands of people had guns.
I don't know if they didn't arrest every single person, but when Donald Trump gave his speech in front of the ellipse, I think it was like 30,000, went through the magnetometers, and there were like tens of thousands of more outside. The majority of his crowd was.
Gee, I'd have to pause it to do that.
Secret Service reported the reason why is because a lot of people saw that they had a scanner, so they didn't want to come through, and they'd seen some people in the crowd with weapons with what they could see. They didn't arrest and go and take everything, but Donald Trump knew there were people with weapons in the crowd before he sent everybody off to the Capitol to go marching.
Yeah, Jesse took control a bit there, a little bit.
Sorry, we can't do like an off-schedule trip to the Capitol because we can't guarantee your safety, but yeah, he knew it, yeah.
So you don't like assumptions in some cases, but in this case, because they didn't go into this area, we're just assuming it's because the vast majority of them were carrying firearms.
They didn't go through why else would you go to Washington, D.C. to see Trump speak and then not go into the official area to watch him speak and stay outside?
Not enough room.
There was plenty of room. They just didn't want to go through the security scanners.
I can't verify that one way or the other, but that's certainly not evidence that there was a bunch of armed people. Washington, D.C.
The Secret Service saw armed people. They saw armed people.
You got a piece behind, shotgun behind you. You know gun rights. Like in Texas,
You got a piece behind you, dude.
got a license. I have a license in other states. Washington, D.C., you can't carry. Like, you can't just be carrying a firearm.
I mean, if it's concealed, nobody can see it. That's the whole point of it.
Okay, so again, we're making assumptions that there were a bunch of criminals that were illegally
I
carrying
didn't say it
firearms.
was criminals, but I'm just saying that like Donald Trump knew there were weapons in the crowd. The Secret Service told him. He said he didn't care. He asked them to take down the magnometers. They're here for me. They're not going to hurt me. It's fine. Donald Trump didn't care. He knew that there were people in the crowd with weapons. He knew this.
Well, I can't verify that, but either way, if the people had weapons, none of them used them. So they clearly, if they were carrying them, were their personal protection the way that I carry every time I go anywhere here, just in case. Like, they didn't use them. No one used any guns, except for the cop that shot the lady, which I don't have I mean, listen, that's unfortunate, obviously, but like, that guy was probably scared shitless. He's got a mob of people coming for. I understand why he fired completely.
Well, I mean, he fired because she was trying to crawl into a secured area where they were pointing guns at, saying, "Don't come in here."
With a mob of people behind her that might beat the guy to death. It's not a bad shoot in my opinion. It's tragic, but nonetheless.
So what would you need to see? What kind of behavior would you need to see from Trump to think that he probably wanted violence to happen on January 6th?
Anything that indicated that at all.
Like, give me an example of something that he could say or do.
I can't just make something up because it didn't happen. So like I don't know, I'm not that creative. Like I would need someone to like, okay, I'll give you a perfect.
Nearly, Madison, nearly.
If Trump wanted there to be violence, in my opinion, the easiest way to do that is to communicate with the leaders of these groups of people.
I'm just wondering if Jesse is going to go, but don't you suck dick? Because I told him that it's true.
Don't, if these guys are going to go forward with the certification, then let's
Dean, gold standard, welcome, mate.
to give instruction to a group of people. Like, can we agree that the Proud Boys, if given direction to go get violent, probably would have?
I mean, we unfortunately can't touch a lot of that communication, but Roger Stone was in direct communication with people like the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers. Roger Stone was literally in pictures with them, working his personal security. And
True,
he
Brian.
called them and talked to them, and Donald Trump had conversations with him on January 5th and January 6th. I mean, and they had weapons stashed.
Jesse's handling this really well. This is very un-Jesse-like. It's good. It's good.
People that initially broke in, but
And so if they had the conversations, and how come no one on the Trump side got investigated or indicted for inciting if they gave specific instructions over that?
well, right now Donald Trump. Well, firstly, Donald Trump has given a blanket pardon basically to everybody associated with him, including Roger Stone. Number one, number two.
Chair Video Audits is here because Ronan isn't live.
Who knows if any of the original Jack Smith indictment will even make it to court.
Sorry, look
But
at
He got immunity like 5 minutes ago, and the January 6th happened, what, four years ago?
Yeah, but the immunity applies to the same case. That's what.
Right, but I'm saying you don't think that they had time to investigate it? Like the January 6th committee, you don't think that they had time to investigate whether or not anybody on Trump's team gave it strict instructions to anybody to incite or
You can cite executive privilege. You don't have to give. You don't ever have to testify about conversations with the president. That's the whole point of executive privilege. And now, because of the immunity, now even more of the conversations are protected.
You think the leader of the Proud Boys, who got 22 years, wouldn't have given up the Trump campaign if he had gotten direction to get violent?
Enrique Tarrio. I don't even know if he was in direct conversations with anybody with Trump himself. It might have just been through Roger Stone, and who knows what he testified to.
Why wouldn't he? So he wouldn't have given up Roger Stone?
He did. But Roger Stone was pardoned by Trump. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are for like charging somebody if you've already been pardoned. So.
But we're speculating now.
Do you agree that it's just like this is the most obvious thing in
Good one, Jesse. Good one. Jesse did a smirk then.
conversation? Do you
Riga to make a Sigma Jesse. Sure of that.
you familiar with like the elector plot?
The what?
That when you vote for president, you vote for a slate of electors who vote for president for that state, right?
Yeah, I know how this. Yeah, I know how that
Okay.
works. Yeah.
Donald Trump had 7 different fake
He
slates
should have had a
made
few
up
people help him
in every single
debate.
state. He had fake slates sent from there to the electoral college, and the goal was to have Mike Pence pick the fake electors. That was like the plan on January 6th. That's why he kept saying he can send it back to the states. That's why he kept saying Mike Pence can come through for us. Like, we believe in Pence. Like, Pence has to come through for us. Pence has to be strong. What he wanted Mike Pence to do was to choose the fake electors. That was the whole point.
I don't know anything about that, and
You should.
can't take anything as
You should.
assuming that it's true, because the one thing that we have been talking about extensively, I can't see any reasonable conclusion that your conclusion is accurate.
Okay. Let's say that theoretically that was true. Do you think that that would be bad? Can we say at least that?
If Trump made fake slates and asked somebody to fraudulently just pick them, yeah, of course that would be bad.
Okay. That was when he said Mike Pence can come through for us. What do you think he was talking about?
I don't know. You said fight like hell meant that they should raid the Capitol.
Wait, no, wait. When he was asking Mike Pence can do what we need to do. What do you think he's talking about there?
What I'm saying is, in our conversation thus far, when you're attributing meaning to things that people don't say directly, I disagree with your interpretation. So I have no idea what he's talking about with Mike Pence.
Destiny's got so many fucking notes on screen.
We just can't possibly know. Like, you know that, so for those fake slides, you know that, like, none of this is contested, right? Like, this is all in open court. Like, people have been.
I'm not gonna pretend like I know about the story because I don't know anything about it.
Okay, like you can literally see. I mean, I can send you like there's like the fake.
It's not really good.
All of that information is publicly viewable. That Trump's campaign, the Eastman,
He's Butler.
And people working for Trump Giuliani were trying to organize, or they successfully organized fake electors in 7 different states to get them sent to Congress. That was the whole point of January 6th to stop this deal, was to get Pence to choose the fake electors, or to just reject all the votes because there's competing elector slates.
I know nothing about that story at all.
Okay, well, let's say theoretically, let's say that was true, and he wanted Pence to choose the fake elector slates, and then he also sent a huge riot down to the Capitol to try to encourage Pence to do the right thing. Does it seem more likely that violence might have been like a part of the strategy to pressure the politicians there into choosing the fake elector slates?
I mean, if we're talking about, I mean, a dragon could have come and landed on the Capitol if we're just talking about like make-believe hypotheticals.
Okay. Well, every single thing I just said is like
He's had
verified
that line in his pocket,
like,
and
it's not, nobody even contests
Dragon could have
this.
come along, you know.
I mean, I don't know anything about it, and like
You could try to watch that. That was a very interesting debate.
offense, just trusting that your fact pattern and things support your conclusions. In this conversation, I disagree. That's a nice piece back there. You're the shotgun. You shoot clay.
Yeah, skated trap, depending on what's near me, but
Where do you live?
Why is Jesse starting to flirt?
me beach.
Oh, that is not what I would have guessed. I went to UFC 287 in Miami.
Destiny don't care about the UFC.
And I was sitting in the front row with
Jesse,
in that close right next to it because I'm buddies with the Miami Dolphins coach, and all these
Oh,
NFL guys.
Jesse.
And a few of them I heard them talking before,
He's ruined it all.
like before the show, and they were saying like, man, I can't have a picture taken with Trump, like
He's ruined
because
it
they
all.
were worried about backlash or whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And when Trump came
He's
in,
ruined it all.
the place literally, I've
And
never
it
heard
blowback better.
a crowd go that bananas for anything. I've been to a million UFC shows. They cheered louder for Trump and longer for Trump than I've ever seen ever. And I looked
Jiggy,
over
but you won't.
at the guys that had said it, and I like it's this look of bewilderment that I can't even describe. It's like it's like they were like, oh wow, I lived in this world where I actually believed everybody hates this guy, and now I'm faced with the reality that in this building, everyone not only likes him, they fucking love him. And it's like, I've said to a lot of people, I'm like, listen, dude, I don't care what you think of the guy. If you are in the building and felt that energy,
Jesse thinks he's making a video.
excited about him, you would get behind him just because it feels good to have everybody that positive and optimistic. It's like, you think that, I don't know what you think actually about why people support Trump, but that's what it is. Humans are tribal creatures. Like, we are supposed to find, other like-minded people, tribe up, we battle against other tribes. It's just prime. And as much as like I disagree with people on politics, I really do see every single person in this country as an American that's on my team. Like, I don't see like some enemy state on the other side.
He doesn't.
Trump, you guys do, because you hate him that much. You dislike him that
Because
much.
he's un-American, yes.
But see, I think it's un-American to be flippant about an American who got shot in front of his kids.
Here we go.
There's nothing un-American about that.
Here we go.
Americans have a wide range
Dry
of
energy
views on
safe.
violence and violent conduct or whatever. But
Dry energy, no, it's not
but
Stephen.
the subverting the democratic
Bunnell,
process,
Stephen Bunnell.
fighting against
Andrew
every
safe.
single branch of government, saying you're going to be a dictator on day one. How do you feel when he says he has the right to suspend the Constitution to look for voter fraud?
I don't know about that. Let me ask you this: Do you think that it was a reasonable conclusion that his supporters had, that there might have been widespread shenanigans in the swing states?
No,
Given the
this was
circumstances?
fabricated, made by Donald Trump's campaign. And every single one of these major claims was a total and absolute lie. And you can follow the genesis of them all the way to the culmination. And it always ends with people like Giuliani or Powell or Fox News saying, we lied about this. That's why Fox News lost their Dominion lawsuit. That's why Giuliani and Sidney Powell said they lied and they settled with the states that they were fighting with. All of them did. Every single one. That's why he lost 62 out of 63 of his court cases.
I'm not talking about those guys. I'm saying the citizens of the country who voted for Trump, given the circumstances, was it reasonable for them to be suspicious of the election results, given that the mail-in voting thing happened? Trump is winning when they go to sleep. They wake up and suddenly it's flip-flopped.
No, everybody knew that was going to happen. Every single person. People were talking about it beforehand.
And why did they know that was going to happen?
Because Donald Trump was telling his supporters from
Let me tell you about the time I went to UFC.
the system.
They knew that there was going to be a big jump in Biden votes.
Yes.
Because of the mail-in voting, but the reason that everyone
It's so
knew that
true,
is
Black
because
Betty.
the mainstream media told them that.
I've got a great couple of videos to upload later, boys. Great couple of videos.
Literally just controlled propaganda for the other side. So like that's not convincing that they said,
No,
oh yeah,
hold
you know,
on.
like it's,
Do you agree that Democrats took like social distancing and masking more seriously than Republicans?
yeah.
Okay, so they were more likely to vote by mail-in ballot than Republicans, right?
Oh, I'm not saying that they weren't more likely to. I'm talking about was it reasonable for the voters to be suspicious of the outcome? I'm telling you, I am not saying whether or not the election was stolen because I don't know. I'm asking like on a personal level, each of these individuals.
I mean, you can
think
have a
it's
little bit of
unreasonable-
suspicion, I guess, sure, but like all the
Right.
states investigated all their stuff and everything came up green. Every place they checked. So
Would you understand, given the way that the Mueller report played out and that entire saga,
Yes,
why
I know,
people
I
would
know.
be not fast to believe any official narrative that came about related to the election, especially after COVID, where literally everything
True,
they
Giggy
said
Chuck,
all along the
true.
way ended up being not true.
first of all,
No one
that's
was-
not true. Everything the Democrats and the left were far more accurate about COVID than anything the conservatives said. I'm still waiting for people to mass die from vaccines. I'm still waiting for the mass blood clots and the mass vaccine injuries and the mass mandatory vaccine periods and the mass vaccine passports. Like none of this ever happened. So the conservatives were dead wrong on literally all of that. So I don't know where we have this idea that the liberals were wrong every step of the way. Yeah, no.
On that topic, so again, any numbers that come out, I have no ability to verify those. I wouldn't even get
Yes, I
into
know,
what
yeah,
the numbers
yes, I
on the vaccine were. But on this particular topic, this is one of those things where I talk to people all the time about, you know, how they view politics, policy specific, and in many cases I can look at them like this is like a game for
Ooh,
this.
Andrew's team, Jesse. Here we go.
They don't really understand how this is gonna or
Hold on,
this
wait,
is
do you,
not
okay,
going
hold
to
on,
dr-
just, I
just
want
let
you
me
to say,
finish my
wait,
thought. Let me finish my thought.
before we move on, because you jumped from everything. Do you acknowledge that every single conspiracy about vaccines ended up being incorrect?
Oh,
No, but let me
Wait, what was one that ended up being correct?
this is where they're going to disagree.
I mean, the fact
Yeah, look,
that
Gary,
they were,
yeah, he is.
it's not even about
Yeah.
conspiracy. It was an untested medicine, an untested.
It was
medicine.
tested, right? There were trials, right?
No, they did no human trials on the boosters. Also,
Wait, no,
They-
not the
they-
booster, on the original vaccine.
This-
There were trials for that.
Destiny gets
right?
heated about vaccine talk.
oh, I don't know. There are no long-term studies for sure.
It's
They did it
heated.
on the
Because it was
believe me,
emergency
this is-
use authorization, right? Why
Right.
is it? Did you feel the same way about the monoclonal antibody treatment? Because that was emergency use authorization. Why didn't conservatives protest that? Not Donald Trump. Joe Rogan promoted
Because
that.
nobody mandated that.
Sugar
they
Mix,
take it.
welcome.
But it was the same type of trialing for
But nobody mandated they take it. I didn't have a problem with the COVID vaccine. The problem was always with the government mandating that people take it against their
The
will.
problem,
They-
no, the
they-
problem wasn't just the mandates. There were a whole bunch of claims made.
What's the problem for me?
The things that you just said, there weren't any testing for. That doesn't have to do with mandating or not. You're saying that it's an untested, even if there were no
I'm
mandates, that would
talking
still be a
about the
bad
reason.
thing, right?
I'm saying the reason why people were not unreasonable to not want to take the vaccine was because there are no long-term trials, and then the government came in and threatened their jobs and forced them to take it.
Well, so that
talking
didn't
about-
happen. That died in the Supreme Court, right? The government never wasn't able to mandate the vaccine for the country, right?
So did New York fire 70,000 healthcare workers that refused to take the shot?
For New York State, are we talking about the federal government? Are we talking about state governments, or
Across the board.
did
The federal government, I know.
New York State implement that? Was that a New York State policy, or were these just hospitals implementing it?
No, New York State. When Andrew Cuomo went through his thing of whatever was going on to where he resigned.
No,
And
Not too bad. He's doing all right. He's kind of flummoxed Destiny a couple of times, a little bit. He's gish galloped. He's went on a fucking random tangent about the UFC, but now they're onto it. They just did all the politics debate, the Trump, the was it stolen, and now they're onto vaccine talk. This is where Destiny gets heated.
taking the shot, and they lost it.
I think Jesse doesn't know enough.
Jesse doesn't know enough. No, doesn't know enough.
Which makes him look really bad.
I
Sorry.
It just makes him look really bad.
It does, but he's not looking as bad as I expected.
Yeah, he's not like.
come from the
Phil's-
government.
I
It might have come from a union. It might have come from a hospital. But the
No, it came from the state governor.
Not yet, boo.
70,000.
It's coming.
okay.
That's
So
why
now,
I've always been
looking up.
suspicious about why Cuomo got ousted, because I was like, this seems weird. Like, the guy's the hero, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know, this is going on, and then he resigns. And then the very first thing that she did, my
Kind of truth.
my
No, yeah,
hypothesis
true,
was like, maybe
true.
he just was not going along with the program. He's like, dude, I'm
To
not
your
going to
recent
fire the healthcare
comment.
workers. And I know, like, the federal government, they tried to do the OSHA thing. My opinion was they knew that that was going to fail in court, and they did it just to get as many people to take the shot as possible before it died in court. And listen, I have no problem with people taking the shot whatsoever. Everyone in my family took it. In all honesty, I probably would have taken it under different circumstances.
Well, dude, for
The
claims
point-
for claims about the health impact,
Oh, really, dude?
agree that none of those came true.
Yeah, we'll take it for shit, man.
That,
No.
that, which
That none of- that
which
there was-
conspiracy, which thing about that was said about vaccines at the time, which of those ended up being correct?
That they cause myocarditis especially in teenage boys. That's a fact now. They said it
At
was
rates
nonsense.
like comparable to or lesser than COVID itself.
Saturday, that's how I
right?
get into bed, you know.
But COVID causes myocarditis, right?
There are different studies that have different conclusions, but no. And
Wait,
and,
do you think that COVID causes myocarditis?
Of course, that's not in dispute.
Okay,
Just
the
you don't
rates
know
for
that, you don't know
myocarditis,
what
I
it's
think at the
talking about.
most at-risk group was for like young men. It was like 7 to 14 out of 100,000 people, right? This is a very, very, very rare side effect. And most myocarditis is acute.
Yeah, boo. Ronan turned against a lot of people. It's all good. It's funny. It's funny now. It's funny.
If people rest, so like athletes that took the shot and got an inflamed heart with myocarditis and they kept on training, that is why there were so many. In my opinion, that's not for sure, but that is a reasonable conclusion is why there were so many heart attacks in athletes.
That's
Because
none of that
if
is
they
ever.
just
That's
rest-
not true. That's not true. That's not true. That was never proven. That's just never
That's
ever,
I said,
ever
I
been.
said it's not proven, but
Well, it's not
it is
proven. Not
proven.
proven. Like there was no research. There's nothing to back that opinion up. That's just a feeling, right? People.
No. But I'm not talking about the vaccine quality, not quality, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the government's.
Sean C, it isn't illegal to ask for feet pics. Like, as weird as it is, it's not illegal.
Is heart inflammation in 17-year-old boys. If my son has already had COVID and I look, I'm like,
That's
what's
so
the
true about
likelihood
that, yeah.
this kid's gonna
Agree
die
with
of
that.
COVID? Fucking zero. Well then, no, I don't want him to take the shot. They're all, no, he has to, or else he can't come to school. I have a problem with that. And the point that I was making earlier was, I always want to know how policies impact the person specifically. And in terms of the vaccine, what happened to us was my youngest daughter got hurt by a vaccine when she was a baby. We didn't have any
Sean C, after these guys finish, I'll tell you what I've been DMing Jesse. I've been chatting to him a bit.
medical exemptions in California. So everybody, like, it's mandated that all the kids have to have shots in California to go to public school, except for if they have medical exemptions. And the entire reason that they said that the mandates had to be put in place was to protect
But
immunocompromised
we were there for
children.
years still. We
So
weren't
then
there.
when they introduced a
cover it
bill
up.
in California that was going to invalidate all
Didn't they set a rule where you can't, the vaccine evidence can't be looked into for 80 years? That's true, isn't it?
under
That is sus as fuck.
that
Get
like
out of
someone
here
was
with that
writing a
shit.
bunch of fake ones. There was already a 97% vaccine adoption rate. There was no reason to do it whatsoever. My wife said they were going to pass it. I was like, that's impossible. The entire basis of the mandates is to protect kids that have medical exemptions.
Does anybody in chat recognise sugar bits? I've never seen you before, but you seem to be wanting to instigate stuff. I don't care that you're doing it. Just wonder if you're an alt or anything like that.
Or leave the state, and we fucking left the
Sure,
state.
yes.
That's my life. That actually happened.
Okay, that's probably a good thing, right? I don't care what,
Yeah.
like, whatever you make up for your kid is whatever you want to make up for your kid, but why would I want my kid to go to school with a kid who is running around as a fucking bioweapon because their parents don't want him to get vaccinated for anything, right?
It's a
That's why we have,
COVID.
like, measles
It's
and
you're
stuff coming
vaccinated.
back.
Why would it matter what they're around? They're vaccinated. They're safe. How would it possibly matter?
Because vaccines work by via
Sure
herd
about that,
immunity,
yeah.
right? The idea that you
Yeah.
could just vaccinate one person and they're automatically super protected from every single disease isn't exactly how vaccines work. It relies on like a certain percentage of the population being vaccinated. It relies on
Sure.
the viral load. So when you've got a bunch of kids that are just not being vaccinated because their parents have whatever political opinions, why I wouldn't want my kid around those people, right? They can be homeschooled or they can go to another state. I guess it allows it to.
What does that have to do with California invalidating a kid who's
Should say, was he
immunocompromised from vaccines
fat?
and telling them?
I don't
Okay.
even know what that means. An immunocompromised person, so like something that would need vaccines.
Yeah,
more than
bioweapon
anybody
is
else.
crazy.
I don't know why an
No.
immunocompromised.
We're talking about high-risk kids, like kids who are high risk of being vaccine injured, had medical exemptions, so they did not have to take
I would
the
have
shots.
to do more research. I don't know what that means. High
They're the
risk.
only. It's the only state in the country that
It sounds strange to me. If you're so immunocompromised that a vaccine would mess you up that bad, I imagine the COVID-19 would mess you up like way worse. That would be my imagination.
The COVID's not even in this. It's not. We're not even talking about COVID. We're just talking about the vaccine schedule in
Yeah,
general.
you're getting the vaccine to not get COVID, right? Or at least have an easier time dealing with it, right? So if you're immunocompromised, wouldn't COVID be worse for you than the vaccine? Like
There are a lot of reasons why certain kids can be more susceptible to negative effects from the vaccine. You can acknowledge that there are people who have negative effects.
I
from
haven't heard of
vaccines.
that. Wait, they have more negative effects to the vaccine than the disease itself?
No.
I'm not aware
There
of that.
are people who have negative effects. Listen, I'm not an absolutist on vaccines at all. If you I know people.
Just waiting for the day I'm labelled as a radical or whatever. Let's fucking go. A radical for what? Just politically, yeah. Save YFF. Thank you so much, man. 4 months, long time. Are they gifted or just do you actually pay for it?
What I'm saying is that the main problem with the vaccine structure is that they took all liability off of the vaccine manufacturers, and so they have no incentive whatsoever to make them as safe as possible.
Well, how would they have no incentive?
Because they have no liability. If
they don't need liability. The company would go to business. If you made a horrible vaccine and it got they would, because nobody would want to buy their stuff anymore. What do you mean?
No,
just because being sued isn't the only way you can go into business, right?
Yeah. If a kid gets injured by a vaccine, the process that they go through is they go to like this secret government thing that they have to sign NDAs to get the payout. The taxpayers pay it. The vaccine companies have zero liability. Literally, if a vaccine company is manufacturing a series of vaccines and somebody at the plant put Clorox bleach into a huge thing and 1,000 kids got killed, none of them can sue that vaccine company. That's a fact. They go to this court and then the taxpayers pay it off because in like the 80s, the vaccine company said that so many people were getting injured by the vaccines that it's not fiscally possible for us to continue to do it. So they wrote the bill, they passed the bill that took liability off of them.
Okay.
Now,
are you a military guy?
Uh-huh.
Do you think they should not vaccinate like people in the military, like in basic training, or should you be allowed to have exemptions for that?
My friend in the
completely
military.
depends on what they're vaccinating.
There we go.
And what the purpose is.
Well, they vaccinate a fuck ton of shit.
But no, I know. What do you think that they should mandate Navy SEALs to take the COVID-19 shot when they have no risk of getting seriously ill or killed by COVID? And again, COVID vaccine has no long-term studies.
You say no risk of. I mean, like, there's very little risk of the vaccine hurting you as well. Like, generally, the reason you get vaccinated
they have no idea. They don't know what the risk is because they have no long-term studies.
Billions of people. There's the idea of a vaccine side effect showing up in like 5 years doesn't even make sense, right?
Look that up.
There have been no vaccine side effects at any approved vaccine that have shown up past 3 months of being injected. That's what I found out with that.
Inaccurate.
Okay. All right. Listen. Do you want to chat at another point? We can. I have another show I have to do like 10 minutes. I need to run downstairs to my studio, but
all right, brother.
Yeah, if you ever want to argue about any particular topic. Also, listen, if you ever want to dive into any particular things, like you've got like a particular study, research, or like where we get into the weeds, I think, because that's where I specialize. Let me know. Shoot me a link and we can go over it, okay?
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, dude. This is fun.
Have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.
Well. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Right, imagine. Well. That was interesting, wasn't it, guys? What a fucking clash of worlds. Let's remove that. Pin. Only took 20 minutes to read all content and 60-year plan. I guess folks deserve it. Yeah, maybe. It was very interesting, Andrew, wasn't it, mate? Andrew, how has your day been today? What have you done today, mate? What has everybody done? You done anything interesting? I had a gig today. It was fucking hassle, but it was fun. It's a stress. Who's winning? I would probably say Destiny won, but I've had 1 hour sleep. I'm fucking knackered. And it's not interesting enough to rewatch. Do you know what I mean? But it sounds, by the sounds of it, it'll go back on. Time to read every single comment since the start. Nah. Premium welcome, man. How you doing, bud? How's it going? Big Mingus for 3 months. Go on then, mate. Big ups Jesse for bringing up dragons and going to UFC events. In a political debate is so true, man. Like, what was he doing? Oh, mate. Did the Jews at your gig assault the black again? Let's skip. Oh, no. It wasn't a Jewish gig today, no. It was a wedding. We did a wedding in Ipswich. There was a helicopter there, but our green room wasn't the hangar, and I didn't have enough internet to do any streaming. Plus, like I said, I stayed up all night. I had to leave to get the train to meet my friend who had a car, then drive for like nearly 3 hours. I tried to sleep in the car, couldn't. We had to do stilt walking. If you're new to the channel, I do like stilt walking music in a band. But it was mega windy. Our bass player, it plays the sousaphone. It's like a tuba, but above your head. Essentially, it's a big sail. When you're on stilts that high up, the wind can just knock you over. And the ground was like really rough, like farm arable groundland, so it was really bobbly. So we did the first set, and it was fucking, we could barely stand. And one of our drummer, it was only his second gig on stilts, so we were like, mate, after this, we are not doing stilts. I went in the fucking mood, man. So then we spoke to the organiser, and I was like, look, what we'll do, if you want, we'll do extra music off stilts, walk around and mingle. And she wanted us to go out for extra, and then she was like, you know, I'd be happy to pay extra. Like, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, we'll do that, no problem. Then we left nostril. What about my left? I've got a bogey. Bogey? Oh, I do. Excuse me. Thank you so much. Is it there? I think did I have a bogey, boys? Little bogue. College football sucks. Welcome, Aaron Tats, mate. What happened? Is it gone? I hope it's gone. How is Jesse on Friday debate? It's strange. Yeah, it's gone, yeah. Really strange. Happy to pay extra, so back to it. I'll get to you in a sec. Tats, welcome then, mate. It's our shtick, yeah. It's funny because we're tall. That's what I always say when I'm on the mic. We are the top bananas, and it's funny because we're tall. And then we start. Anyway, sorry. So yeah. So the first set 30 minutes. The second set was a fucking hour. We did an hour walking around. Nobody gave a fuck because at the start of a wedding, people are just arriving, getting their first drink. Nobody sort of knows everybody, so it's all a bit like, you know, a bit tighty-whitey. But by the end of it, there was like a load of kids there that wanted to like interact with the instruments and like play along with us. And I wrote a song on the spot about some kid's dad bald head. Like, he's got a slap head and he's got an egg head. And his kids were laughing so much. That was fun. So by the end of the set, it was all right. But then the third set was in the marquee as they were sitting down about to eat. The third set, I was fucking dying. I was so sleep deprived and knackered that I just went a bit crazy. And then did the third set. It went really well. I was all wireless, so I could go. This is off stilts, by the way. No stilts, just on the ground, normal. Going in and out all the tables and stuff like that. Like, they were quite interactive, the crowd, and I was just fucking around, like, you know, sort of do while I'm playing music. And then we was like, thank you so much for listening. Yes, we've finished. We went backstage. And then the organiser was like, is there any way you can do one more set? And I was like, then he said, you know, we're happy to pay extra. I was like, all right, well, how much? Like, I mean, this guy's got he's got a gig and all that. I'm like, okay, happy to pay extra. And then we were still a bit like, I don't know. Then he said the key words, happy to pay in cash, the extra bit in cash. All right, and how much? 50 quid each? Yeah, safe. So we did 4 sets, 1 more set, last set, and I filmed the last set, and there was some very funny, not very funny, there's some, I put a couple of memes in there that I'm going to clip and upload somewhere. And then got back home. It's like a 3-hour journey on the way back. So tired. Jesse, if I DMs you to read them to you, I'll read them to you. All right. Let me catch up in a bit of chat. A bit of touch chat. Yeah, Jesse on Fire Debate was extremely cordial. Very cordial. Not much memeage going on. There was a couple of Jesse was like randomly started talking about the UFC, which was hilarious. Started talking about dragons, didn't he, Big Mingus? What did Big Mingus say now? Big ups Jesse for bigging up dragons and going to UFC events in a political debate. Yeah. Classic Jesse, man. Yeah, college football. So I'm guessing your team lost, mate. I'm sorry to hear. Did you go to it live? Did you go? People caring too much about debates. I agree. As if good lawyers can't save obvious wrongdoings with enough skill. Very true, Brian. Very true. Eat it like Guru does. If I was off stream, I probably would have. But nah, good tramping. Joe BK. Oh really? Oh, why did you tell me that, dude? Thumb said to me earlier, she was like, "You'll probably just stay up really late anyway, won't you?"
What's happening?
Yeah. BKFC.
Oh.
Burger King Football Club. My favourite team. What's up with you guys? Stilts, is that your shtick? It is our shtick, yeah, we're on shticks. The plaster is stilts. But just because it's like, wow, look at this band, they're so tall and goofy and kooky. We get to do random interesting gigs. Like, we keep getting requests to do like Formula One. We've done Formula One in Bahrain before, probably about 7 or 8 years ago. I turned it down, I got someone else to do it. I didn't want to go to that country, I got that. But apparently they had a great time, it was a really good gig, like a memorable one. And like, I've played for the Princess of fucking Dubai for a birthday. Done a Romanian festival doing it. I played a dog food factory in fucking York.
Like royalty.
Charles Spencer, Princess Diana's brother. We played at his daughter's birthday party earlier in the year. So we do get some crazy gigs. We're just not as busy as we used to be since COVID, really. It's very sad. So sad. Happy Spectre definitely not Jewish. He's fucking hilarious, mate, isn't he? Joff DMs, alright, let me catch up and then we'll get the Joff DMs up. Bro had Flick and Dom hanging out his boogle. Maybe Gaz Ninja, welcome Gaz Ninja, how you doing? Jews, how will only fans women, lol. Will you do $2.99 a month? Nah. Except the family. The family aren't hilarious, Andrew, sure. Dick and Dom, bogies, yeah. Please make it a Jeff them fire. Worm, super good. I'm thinking about Reaches for Greats, welcome. I'm thinking about making the ultimate Jesse on Fire law documentary. I think that would be very interesting. Has anyone ever tackled you on your? No, but I've got a tactic. Now and again, we'll do gigs we did a gig in Sutton, which is it's London, that isn't it?
Yeah, like Scotland.
It's near like Croydon. We did a gig in Sutton and on the high street. It's fucking rough, man. It was a Christmas gig. So like, do you know when like each little town or city, like, oh, we're doing the Christmas lights. Here's Ken Dodd to turn on the Christmas lights. Come on, let's wheel him out. He's like fucking 50,000 years old. Those gigs can be a bit scary because you'll get the groups like yours, man. Yeah, let's fuck with these guys, man. Let's fuck with these guys. Yeah, man. Like one of the kids, like I say, kids are probably 15 or whatever, nudging his mate in to try and knock me over. But I just I freak him out by just being weird because I've got the an added benefit of having a microphone so everybody can hear me. Do you know what I mean? So not yet, but it's probably going to happen at some point. Jesse, dude, what do you guys think? Chat, let him know what you think. Most people thought you did really well. I thought you did way better than I thought you would go. Genuinely, I thought you would get quite emotional. and crash out, basically. I thought Destiny would get more triggered by you, in all honesty. But it's great that you opened it up. You left it open for another debate. It's really good. Because Jesse is so... sorry. Destiny is so fucking far that way. You are so far that way. The fact that you managed to both have a conversation and kind of disagree, but still not come to a conclusion, but just leave it open.
Conflict.
Huh?
There was no like proper conflict.
Yeah, it didn't have to get to the shit I was DMing you about, Jesse. Just in case, if he was gonna go at you, you need that DEFCON 5 moment. Do you know what I mean? If you're gonna have a debate with people, especially if they use like dirty tactics and shit, you know. Anonymous, massive groups of people that love him. Other places aren't Trump rallies. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, just I've listened to Destiny for years. I completely disagree with most of his political takes, most of his cultural takes, but he's a fucking great debater, and he has really interesting people on his channel. But genuinely, since the Trump assassination, since he went off the rails, I haven't listened to a single thing of his. I just find it cringe. That roasting the thing, I just found that cringe for me. Just like, it was such an easy, despicable dunk on Republicans to roast that guy the way he did. I thought it was cringe as fuck, man.
All the stuff that happened with his like relationship and stuff, and then he like started saying really embarrassing shit after that as well.
Yeah.
I think that was quite often.
Yeah. But it was good, surprisingly good. Dude, I've been on a gig all day. I've been in a place called Ipswich. It's like 3 hours there, 3 hours back. I had barely any sleep. Got in the door, sat down, opened my phone, opened YouTube. I'll click on Destiny. You guys are starting the debate, and I wasn't even going to go live. I was like, fuck it, man, I'll go live and see what other people think. Chrissy J says, punch him, Jesse, on fire. I mean, like I said, I can disagree with Destiny, but I really love the way the thing about Destiny, he can lose a debate, but he's so fucking clever that he can make it seem like he's winning a debate. If you haven't watched it, Jesse, I would highly recommend Destiny versus Andrew Wilson. It was a debate about January 6th, but basic on what you guys had. But Andrew Wilson is very good at debating as well. And I'll probably have to watch that again to figure out who actually won, who got the upper hand. I'm not sure. Destiny isn't as smart as he thinks. He's just quick to respond and has a good memory. That's about it. I mean, the fucking links that he had on his stream open. He had everything. Like he does so much research. If he's going to debate someone about a specific thing, sometimes he'll spend weeks researching, and he'll be streaming it. He'll just research it, man. Do you know what I mean? Alpazzo's here. How long you live? I might go soon. I've had 1 hour sleep, mate. 1 hour fucking car sleep. And I was driving. I can't believe I didn't crash. I wasn't driving. Pazzo, are you ready? I'm happy to send these people your way. Done that. Andrew destroyed him. I thought Andrew had him on the ropes on a lot of things, and it's those types of debates where there's so much fine-tuned semantics going on. It's all about the reaction of how they levy an accusation at you. If you react really calm and cool, the person who was calm and cool in that situation, Andrew versus Destiny, was Andrew Wilson. Destiny was the one that it wasn't heated, but he was the one that was animating. He was, but you know, like he was like that. Andrew Wilson was way more calm, way more collected. But like I said, I'm fucking retarded. I'm not that good at focusing and shit like that. But the problem is, I'll play a computer game while I'm listening. Do you know what I mean? So I'm only 50% listening.
Thing is, it's also hard to like be unbiased if it's your own views.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then you obviously want that person to do well, even if. But it's just because you agree with them on a lot more stuff. It doesn't mean they're necessarily winning the debate. So
like I would be inclined to lean against that. It wasn't an insurrection. I think I spoke on stream a few weeks ago about. I can't remember what I said, but I made a point about something. I can't. I need to go to bed.
You need to go to bed.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play FIFA.
Oh no.
I need to wind. I need a shower, man. I need a shower. Ray JVD. JVD's not live. He doesn't go live, does he? Ray JVD. Write it on. Who's live, boys? Who's live? But come on. Let's send these 28 people to somebody. Only thing I think I did pretty well was not to pretend like I knew stories he was referencing. Yeah, you were pretty humble in that way, actually. Yeah, very true. Or didn't act like it was illuminating enough. Yeah, if you didn't know something like what was it, the Mike Pence stuff, you were like, yeah, I don't know about that. But I was surprised that you didn't know about that, Jesse. I was surprised, but yeah, fair. That was fair, man. Me being a rookie, I mean, Jestiny. That's what you guys are called. You guys are going to make a channel. Jestiny. It is Jestiny. Brutally is live, but I don't want to raid Brutally because he's hammered and he won't read chat. It'll be a dead raid for no reason. What was I fucking saying? Well done. It was good, man. I kind of, in my evil heart, Jesse, you know I do have a bit of an evil side, but I'm not really evil. I wanted it to be a shit show. I really did, man. And I was thinking that on the Discord chat was positive. Destiny got you on something, and I saw in their chat, I guess they have their own little in-jokes, as every little live streamer chat has. They were all typing combo like a computer game, combo like hundreds of them. That was the only time I paid attention. But his chat are very what do they call themselves? The Taliban, something like that. They can be very unhinged. Couldn't see chat. That was never look at chat. Never look at chat. If you're debating somebody, don't look at chat. It can be heartbreaking sometimes. Definitely. Remember when I had a debate a few weeks ago on my channel. I got two guys on about they were talking about global warming or something, and it was a good conversation. It was productive, but there was nothing that entertaining about it. Considering the one I had previously was insane. It was crazy. That's why I did the second one. There's a guy called Jesse. You know, Sewer King. The Sewer King was in the stream roasting everything to smithereens. It was so brutal, man. Not necessarily to me, but I felt somewhat responsible because I was hosting it. Do you know what I mean? But particularly to one of the guys on the either side, he was. I won't out him, but I'll say his name. Wank the Spank. A lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. Wank the Spank. Sewer King is goated. He's very goated, man. Yeah, he needs to get his fucking membership sorted. It was just but it was so. I felt there like I was thinking Black Bit. I was like, oh no, he probably thinks I'm cringe now because I'm doing these weird debates about global warming. Do you know what I mean? That's how I was thinking, just sitting back like, oh god. But yes, Jesse, don't read the opposition's chat. Don't have the opposition chat live. Don't. It's pointless. You can focus better then. You know. Bang in with me on the vaccines. That is the thing that Destiny gets the most heated about, apart from when the assassination happened. Vaccines is a rough roto. I know a lot on that topic. Oh, so does he. He over the past few years since COVID, the thing that triggers him the most is that what he would deem as vaccine misinformation. I don't know. I would have liked you to brought up the fact that it might be UK Black Betty. You can probably confirm this. The vaccine, the government or the pharmaceutical companies, they locked the evidence or the studies for 80 years, so you can't fucking see the effects of it for 80 years. I saw something about that a while ago, and I thought that was so fucked up, man. It makes it seem really corrupt, you know what I mean? Should have brought up the police officers that escorted people into the Capitol building. Yeah, that is always a good point, but I think he's got 10 points to counteract that, so it would have been a dead one, really. Excuse me. Everyone knows the truth about COVID, but in a formal debate, anyone with a scientific type of knowledge can make it seem like they are, right? A good lawyer, maybe, yeah, Brian, yeah. You can't sue that, mate. You can't fucking sue. The gangster scientist, Jesse for Rogan. Do you know what? It's getting closer, isn't it, Jesse? Jesse on Rogan. It's getting closer. We're getting closer, mate. Straight up said no vaccines have ever been shown to have side effects the past 3 months post-injection. That's laughably, absurdly inaccurate. I know, dude. Yeah. Some of those sort of things for me let me down. I'm like, oh, why am I listening to this guy? Yeah, he's good at debating, but he's got such retarded fucking takes about certain things. I'm like anything you put into your body, there is a reaction. Anything. Oh no, there's no reaction. Anything. If I fucking fart, mate, there's a reaction. Do you know what I mean? If my girlfriend farts, there's a big reaction. I'll tend to
What did you just say?
love you. Sorry. What did you say about Jesse on Fire? Where you live at? Find where you. He's been in. He's popped in now and again. Not been in for probably a couple of years, but he's been around. Jesse used to hate me so much. He literally wanted to kill me at one point. I'm sorry about that. It was funny though, man. It was funny. You could do the same to me. Meme the fuck out of me if you want, mate. No, I found that musical. It was listed on your. Yeah. Oh, mate. Do you know what? You want to fucking debate me one day, Jesse? Maybe when I get to 10k subs, yeah. I'm gonna go, boys. Is anybody live? Who's Pazza? You better be fucking live, you cunt. Hey, safe man. Enjoy the show. I'm going. I'm done, mate. I've had 1 hour sleep. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Very kind. Are you streaming, Guru? You having a day off, mate? We're having a lovely day off, mate. Could you guys see my face? Yeah, we could see it. Yeah, it was equal to Destiny. It was the same. Equal. Cage is not live. Shut the fuck up. Raid Cage. He's not live. Go to channel. This is chat. This is what when I say bullying. This is bullying. How do you got a live fucking? Shut up, man. No, you say no. You're gonna take it. Yeah, safe, man. Video crack. Jesse, I've never spoke to you about this. Jesse, I've done Kratom every day for about 20 years. Allegedly. UK government, sorry. Allegedly. Video crack. Who's live, boys? I'm going. I need to relax, man. Can't be. My voice is fucked. Dude, 20 quid, man. That's so much money. Thank you so much, man. What a fucking G. On his day off as well, boys. Respect. Had a drink, lad. Oh, he's out. Oh. Are you out in London asking ladies if they want to dance? Oh, yeah. Are you on the JD and Cokes again? Boys, somebody tell me who's fucking live, please. Have a good one. Oh, let's fucking link. Oh, that's for Guru, probably. Right, let's get off my stream. Anyone fancy a dance? How did Joff do? Respectably well. It wasn't as much of a shit show I thought it could have been. Worth watching back though. I'm probably going to listen back to it because I missed. I want to say the first 10 minutes because I was setting up the stream. Who's live? This time I don't want to raid brutally because he's out and about. He's hammered, and he won't read chat. But go watch your stream because it's funny as fuck. JVD going live. He's not live, is he? Oh, actually, we could do better MMA. No, probably not, actually. Let's not do that. Pazza, fucking dropping the ball here, mate. What's going on, boy? What's going on? No, the way now. This one, if he's got a fucking water now. We tell you. I tell you. Collins not live. Joff did good, yeah. Big honks on the lash. He's out and about, boys. Out and about. Staring people down, innit, man? How can you leave when you have Guru and Jesse in the house? I've had 1 hour sleep. I've been out gigging. I need to sleep, man. I've got my son tomorrow as well. Oi, Ched, I'm going. Ched, I'm so sorry. I'm going. Drop a link. No one's fucking live. It's just that's it. Did Jesse debate that Destiny guy? Yeah, Ched, you can watch the stream back if you want, mate. He did. He did well. I would say that Destiny was more prepared, so probably looked like, again, the classic Destiny thing, it looked like he had more facts, more information. He spoke 70% of the time as well, which he does that a lot. Obviously, there's no moderator there, so it is what it is. But which channel? Destiny, Cheddar, I linked it in the new Discord, the non-insane Discord. People look your way when something is amiss. Your platitudes and latitudes just make me want to piss. I like that. What song's that from? Destiny's smart, but his problem, he doesn't understand people. That was my point about him misinterpreting people's motivations behind their actions at the beginning. Maybe it is a bit of that. Yeah, that's true. He's a smart foot though. He also used to be a massive shit poster. And the reason that he did that, he tends to do that. Like that atrocious thing he said about the person who died. He does that now and again and he triggers a load of people. But at the end of the day, Jesse, it got him so much engagement. He went on Piers Morgan. He was the fucking talk of the town for what? A week? JVD is live. Great timing. The ginger MMA Chad. Here we go. Can somebody put the link in chat? Can somebody find it, please? Yeah, somebody. JVD can't drop a link, but Tats or I'm too far gone to find a link. What creature bore you? Was it some kind of bat? They can't think of a word for you, but I can. Twat. Oh, fucking Chicken Town. It's Hunter Lee Stanley Cooper. Cooper Temple Clark. Stone Temple Pot. Cooper. Johnny Cooper Mantle. If it was a dick, the example I was going to use was anyone who knows women would know they can't have more than one serious love interest for long. Yeah, that is always a good one. Is it the open relationship thing? The bisexual thing, I mean, it's kind of, it's a bit bloody sporty, but you could roast him for that. You could roast him for fucking domestic abuse. Could have got him on that. But at the end of the day, Jesse, Destiny didn't go there with you. Do you know what I mean? He was not, oh yeah, you fucking retarded, you're some fucking big steroid using fucking goblin looking. Do you know what I mean? He didn't do that, which surprised me. Actually surprised me. I guess he's sort of, I think he seems like he's calmed down from all that, because he was fucking heated for a long time. It was locked and loaded. If it was, yeah, I'm sure it was, Jesse, mate. I'm sure it was, man. Yeah, but yeah, great job. Really good, really good. Lord Guru, thank you so much, chat. JVD, he does MMA. His ambition is to be in Rising in fucking, what is it, Japan? His ambition is to be in Rising. He's a young lad, so please be respectable, be nice. No Rigo posting, no fucking creepy shit. Jesse, that's another story for another day. Fucking Rigo being a fucking borderline nonce, allegedly. Don't report me, please, thank you. I will see you all. I'm not streaming tomorrow, I'm with my son. And I'm probably not streaming Monday because I'm still with child. Tuesday we'll be back with a bang, I think. Should we have a drink stream?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just have a drink and no stream? Bit of both? Half and half? Half and half. We'll be back on Tuesday, alright? Guru, again, thank you so much for the money. Thank you for the couple of milestones, YFF, Big Mingus. And, oh mate, that's so kind, man. That's so kind. Very, very kind, Jesse. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. No problem. Jesse, if there's any law, if you go back on any law you need about Destiny, I can do my best. I can figure out shit, man. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, I've listened to him for a while. Choosing about your Guru on Y5, guys. This shit safe. Yeah, let's send it. Yeah. W Jesse, stay tuned. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy JVD audits. Enjoy it. I'll have it on as well. I'll listen. I'm gonna just chill and play FIFA and try and get to bed reasonably early. He is live as well. Is he? Let's see how ginger he is. Let me do a reaction. Oh, fucking, it's buffering for me. Don't fucking buffering at the fucking closer moment, you fucking cunt. Is it buffering for everybody, just me? Because that is a stream that has got the big circle, hasn't it, guys? Tenner, mate, thank you again. Fucking big toe. Thank you for the money. And Guru, mate, thank you for the 20. Enjoy your knot in the lash, you fucking dosser. Absolute bastard.
I think his stream is broken.
His stream is broken. That is very sad. Mate, JVD, you fucking fumbled there, mate. Says, fuck. Well, at least people are there. People know he's trying to go live. So do stick about. Give him a bit of patience. I don't think he's got... Cage is there. Hey, I don't think he's gone live before. I don't think he has. So if it's not working, go make a cup of tea. Go have a shit. Go fart on your mum. Go back and support him. I'm not even subscribed. Oh my God. I'm so glad I ain't screen sharing that shit, boys. I'll see you in a couple of days. Well, thanks so much, everybody. Thank you. Love you all. And it is with my great pleasure to hand the last final sentence to Thumb.
What? I can't remember it.
I can't remember. That's why I threw it over to you.
He was.
Can you do it like dramatically?
But I don't remember it. He was my arm of Richard.
It is with the pain of Richard. That is, there is no arm to him. It's the best I got, mate. Sorry. See you later. I can't remember it.
Sorry about that.
End.